Okay, this video is a response video to Sergeant Willie Pete's video where he talks about black people. It's not black society or culture, it's us. And mainly what I was keying in on was towards the end of his video where he spoke about black women in the community and how black women have a lot of influence. And I have to say that I really agree with that. Um, Number one, because it really made me think about my own relationship with my husband, with my dad, with my brother, with my male friends and my male cousins. These are all men who are really close to me. I mean, really close. Like, they tell me all the personal things they don't tell everybody else, and I don't even think that they tell their own friends, because I have years of time with them that their friends don't. And one thing I notice is if I give certain advice to them, or I'll just say advice, or if they ask me, what direction should I go with this, or what direction should I go with that, or this is going on, and I don't know, blah blah blah, and then I'll help them out, or I'll sit down and talk with them and help them figure out a few things, and we'll both come to some conclusions. But I help them along. They'll really take my advice. My dad, when it comes to my mom, I see how much influence she has on him. If she goes up, he goes up. But if she goes down, he goes down. And it's the same thing with me and my husband. Throughout our 5 years together, I've learned that if I go on the up and up, he goes on the up and up. If I'm going down or I'm having issues, then he's going down. But the thing is, he feeds off of my energy. I feed off of his too. But I'm speaking in terms of the man in relation to the woman. He feeds off of my energy, and he feeds off of a lot of my advice too. He really gives me a lot of credit, and I really have a lot of responsibility in my hand, more than I thought that I did, when it comes to decision making and helping him in his decision making process. There are times, believe me, some things that my husband has already made solid decisions about, and he's like, this is how it's going to go. And I'm like, all right, whatever, you're the man, that's how it goes. But there are a lot of things that he really comes to me and he'll ask me about, ask for me to help him in guiding him in a certain direction. And I find out later that he really took my advice. And if I don't pay attention and really, watch where I'm leading him, I could lead him in the wrong direction. And that made me realize that, okay, I have to stay on my toes. As his wife and as a woman, I really got to stay on my toes. I have to help him. I have a responsibility to help this man, because he looks to me for support. And I didn't realize that a man looks to his wife, or the woman that he sees as his counterpart, for so much support. I didn't realize it. I don't know. It took me being married myself to see it. I always had the concept of the woman's role and the man's role. I always had that, because in my family that played a part. It was a strong thing in my family. But I didn't realize how much responsibility and influence I have over my husband, and what he does and what direction he goes in. So in saying that, I really agree that black women in the black community in particular, because this applies to all women and men, all female and male relationships, but just particularly in the black community, black women, you really do need to set your standards higher, because wherever you set your standards, that's where the black men in the community are going to go. If you set the standards low, they're going to be low. If you set them high, they're going to strive to be high. It's true. I know I'm not going to say that I think that all of the problems with black males in the community and with the black community lie in black women and where they're leading themselves and their participation in what's going on in the black community. I won't say all of the problems lie on black women, but to an extent, we do carry some of the burden, and we do participate, and we do contribute in a significant way too. So that's something that we need to be mindful of, and I just wanted to really underline that point and emphasize it, just to back up what he's saying, because it's really important. And just like I said, just within my own marriage, I see how important it is. So within the community, it has to mean something. And a lot of these girls that are out here, and their focus is all over the place. It's all over, being in a club, being on the videos, being with the thugs. You got to get off of that, and you got to get your mentality back on family and back on what's going on around you and with the people who share your same racial background and skin color, because we are all a group, whether you're multiracial, whether you're all black, whether you're black and you're from Germany but you're here in the U.S. If you're here in the U.S., if you're in Germany, you're a black person and you belong to the black community. And whatever goes on in that community is going to affect you and your personal life in many ways. You can't escape it. You can't run up in your house and escape it. It's going to come to you. So you really have to face that issue and start looking at the decisions that you're making, the choices that you're making, and just get out of this mindset that you're in your own worlds and start making decisions that's going to help those around you in your own community. Because if the community breaks down, you break down. You break down in the eyes of other people. And then we start to lose things externally, certain privileges, certain prestige. We lose all of that because our community, which represents us as individuals, is dropping down into the ground. So as black women, we need to take our responsibility. Forget getting online and throwing darts at the black men and what they're doing. Just take the criticism, take the observations, and use them. I'll say that now. I will.